The night of truth. She turned crimson. I didn't mean. It's okay, I interrupted gently, raising a hand. I'm not upset. I'm not here to accuse you. The room fell quiet. I just think it's time we stop pretending this is invisible. Clara looked down into her wine glass. Caleb stood by the bookshelf, hands buried in his pockets, looking like he might vanish if he stayed still long enough. You've both been dancing around it, I said softly. The glances, the messages that almost said more than they did. Clara's voice trembled. Juliet, I wasn't trying to. You wanted his attention, I said, my tone kind, not cruel. And he gave it to you, even if he didn't mean to. I turned toward the window, the city lights glimmering in the distance. I've imagined this conversation 100 times, what I'd say, what I'd feel. Then I faced them again. And now that we're here, I don't want to fight it. I want to understand it. Clara glanced at Caleb. He looked adrift, caught between apology and relief. So here's what I want, I said, stepping closer. No accusations, no masks, just honesty. Her brow furrowed slightly. Honesty about what? About what it feels like to stop pretending, I said. About curiosity, connection, the spaces we've all been too careful to name. Clara hesitated, then nodded, a small, fragile truth in the shape of a gesture. I smiled softly. Then let's stop acting like this isn't what we already know. Caleb finally spoke, voice low. Juliet, what are you saying? I'm saying I trust you, I replied. And I trust her, and I want to see what happens when trust finally meets desire. For a long moment, no one moved. The air thickened with unspoken words. Clara's breath caught. Caleb's eyes softened, almost boyish in their uncertainty. I reached out my hand to Clara. Come with me. She hesitated, then placed her hand in mine. A quiet surrender, a question answered without a single word. Caleb followed, slower, his expression open and unguarded. The room beyond was dim, bathed in soft amber light. Shadows moved like secrets across the walls. No one spoke. There was no plan, no performance, only stillness, and the hum of hearts that had finally stopped pretending. Every breath seemed to echo. Every glance carried the weight of years unspoken. It wasn't about possession. It wasn't about boundaries broken or lines crossed. It was about recognition. 3 souls pausing long enough to see one another without judgment or fear. Hands trembled. Words failed. The night unfolded not with chaos, but with quiet understanding. What happened then was not an act of rebellion. It was an act of remembrance, of warmth, of trust, of what it means to feel seen. By the time the first light touched the curtains, everything had changed. No one rushed. No one explained. Clara laughed softly over coffee, sunlight glinting in her hair. Caleb smiled, the kind of smile that only comes when something inside finally exhales. We didn't name what had happened. Some stories aren't meant to be labeled. They're meant to be lived. And as we sat there, the world outside waking slowly, I realized something simple. Sometimes desire isn't about chaos at all. It's about quiet honesty and the courage to let it exist without shame. If you've stayed with me this far, tell me, would you have walked away, or would you have stayed long enough to listen to what your heart was trying to say? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if this story left something warm in you, something you can't quite name, like, subscribe, and stay close. Because some stories don't end. They simply continue in a whisper.